human head and hands.
This is the mother of young Brian Cohey, crying in the police interrogation room while telling what exactly she saw in her son's room.
But
she's crashed into the ditch right
I know. I went on a turn, and then my car went like crazy, bro.
This woman is trying her best to lie and act her way out of an arrest after she crashed her car while being completely drunk.
As I was talking to him, he would say shit. He'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I loved her. I'm going to prison for 20 years.
So she said that when she woke up, he was strangling her, but didn't restrict her airway or anything like that. I was like, did it restrict your airway at all? She said, no, he's a pussy, so.
And now, these cops can be seen talking about a young guy who had just committed a horrible crime. These are some of the cases where teens tried to hide their horrible truths, but were eventually caught by the cops. On September 2nd, 2022, a police vehicle was immediately dispatched after a panic call that described an armed attack in a house in Onalaska, Wisconsin. That same evening, the 17-year-old Austin Bailey was spending time with his 15-year-old school friend. Now, the girl was pretty aware that Austin had a huge crush on her, but she didn't have such feelings for Austin. After both of them went to their home, she was told by her friend that Austin had taken several pictures of her while she was sleeping and saved them in a folder with the name Love of My Life. Enraged because of this breach of privacy, she immediately messaged Austin telling him to stay away from her and lose her number. In response, Austin just apologized, and for the girl, that was it. However, Austin wasn't done with this, and later that night he broke into her home and went inside her home to try and stab her multiple times. Luckily, the girl managed to escape the attack and Austin ran from the house. This was when police received the call.
318, why don't you go ahead and stage first responders and trust it.
1918, when we get stopped, I'm going to grab Leslie for it away.
Stand 40, you got a 40 or is it engaged?
No, I got an orange one.
I got the 40, I'll grab it.
318, myself at 19 around scene.
Out, dude. We were dealing with him, I don't know, 5-6 days ago. He mentioned by cop on a few calls we were dealing with. So just anybody that's going to be checking the park, be ready for him to pop up behind a car or anything like that.
After getting the call, police immediately drove to the neighborhood and started searching for Austin on the streets around the girl's house. As Austin was probably on his feet, the officers too came out of their vehicle and started looking for him.
We probably have to go with them.
I believe that's his car.
After a bit of searching and talking to the girl, the police located Austin's car. It was still parked on the adjacent street, and there was no signs of Austin nearby, but it did confirm the police's first intuition that Austin was someplace nearby. One of the first things that the police did was go to Austin's house where they met with his mother and asked about her son's whereabouts. Unfortunately, Austin wasn't there, nor did his mother know about what had happened. Officer Gordon told her how Austin had broken into the girl's house, and while trying to kill her, he stabbed her hand, head, and neck. The mother at this point started to cry, saying that he should be put into jail.
I'm Officer Gordon, this is Deputy Leenfeld. We've spoken before. So, I don't know what's going on with Austin tonight. He went over to his house.
Yeah, that's the last I know.
So, well, he came in through her window tonight and her. So, it's imperative that we find him.
Yeah.
Any idea where he might have gone? I mean, we're checking kind of the usual spots.
Yeah, you should find him, put him in jail.
I mean, the problem with this park is, like, there's so many sheds that are unlocked. There's campers parked on the road, literally be hiding anywhere.
Is she gonna be okay?
None of them didn't appear life-threatening. I mean, I'll say that much. But I also didn't get a good look at it. It sounds like she was in the hand and possibly the head and the neck. So I don't know if something happened between him and her today. I know he's kind of been spiraling the last week or so.
Yeah.
No, if he if he comes home, I would advise probably not even letting him in. I don't know what frame of mind he's in right now.
We'll be keeping his ass out.
Yep. So lock the doors. You know, if you as soon as you see him, give us a call right away.
Yeah, we sure will.
Okay.
And he's all yours. Believe me, if he was here, you could take him.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
I support what you guys do. Oh my God.
A few minutes later, an unexpected thing happened when one officer was able to contact Austin on his phone. Austin asked about the girl's condition, and the officer told him that she was okay. Austin, who seemed quite devastated at this point, kept saying that everything had ended while the officer tried to calm him and convince him about giving himself in.
Hey, Austin, you okay, buddy? No? What's going on, man? Where you at? Why not? Yeah? She's gonna be okay.
319 has him on the phone, trying to figure out where he's at.
Where are you, buddy? You remember me? Dude, it's me from last week, all right? I know. It's me from last week, buddy. It's Officer Kingery. Okay, cool. Well, let's end this a good way then, huh? Yeah, this ain't the end of the world, man. She's gonna be okay. You're okay too yet. I couldn't hear you, sorry.
I just her.
She's gonna be okay, Austin. Okay, that's the important part right now. She'll be all right. We got her help, and she's okay.
Bro, I need her. What don't you get?
I know, man. I know
I've
what.
been away for a long time, bro. I'm 17. I'm trying as an adult.
I know how you feel right now, but but Austin, you and I, what we don't want to do is make this any worse than it is, okay? Right now, it's not the end of the world.
Nuclear with it.
Okay.
I say go nuclear with it. Because what the fuck now? What do I got to lose now? My whole life just got thrown away.
Where are you at, dude? Where can I find you instead of somebody else finding you? I would rather talk to you.
Someone else find me, if I'm being honest.
I know. I don't want that to happen, though. I would rather me and you talk and we get this hashed out, man.
Although Austin hung up the call without telling his location, the police officers were able to trace his phone and get a ping about Austin's possible location during the call. After receiving the location, officers fled towards the ping, but unfortunately he wasn't there. At that point, the officer called him again, but this time Austin didn't tell him about his location.
18 myself and 119 will head up.
Hey, man, it's me again. You all right?
If you're asking if I'm safe, yeah.
Okay. What can we do, man? How can we handle this?
Can we have him back on the phone? What did he say?
He said he's safe right now. What does that mean?
Finally, a deputy who was looking out for Austin called in that he had located him and he was trying to flee the location. The officers quickly rushed towards the deputy's location where they found Austin with a knife, and the deputy stopped him with a gun directed towards Austin.
It's going to be a group of younger juveniles.
318 on scene. I got less lethal.
Hey, look at me and keep talking to me, okay? I'm good. Drop the knife.
At this point, Austin was standing against a house with a knife in his right hand. The officer started talking to him about letting the knife go and surrendering. Austin repeatedly kept saying, "Just shoot me," which later changed into, "I'll stab myself." After a bit of talking and trying to convince him, the police decided to target his leg with a round, after which he dropped his knife and fell. Several officers rushed to grab and detain him, and he was finally arrested.
Impact! Oh my God. Drop the knife! Drop it! Drop the knife!
It is dropped.
Keep your hands all the way up!
Your attack dog being put to good use, I see. It's training. Holy fuck.
319. Less lethal deployed. Shot. First responders, please. To, I think we're at, what, 510? We're 95.
You got anything else on you?
I got my keys, my wallet.
You got any other knives? Any needles?
No.
Anything that's going to poke, stick, or stab me?
No, just the one.
Did somebody pick that up?
Yeah, that's right.
You got it? All right.
Anything, eh?
Sit him on his butt. Get this side.
That work? Thank you, sir. You bet. Thank you.
My phone. Jeez. That thing I got shot with.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys' help. We were a little short tonight.
Phone baton. Stand up.
Oh, fuck. You pull my pants up or what?
No. Grab him in a minute.
Where's he got it?
It's in his leg.
On the
Somewhere.
thigh?
Yeah, I got it. This phone took the majority of the hit, looks like.
Oh, you up my phone?
Maybe.
It's $50 for that thing anyway.
We got a car up here?
Oh, God. Oh, my phone, man.
Right over here.
Alright, thanks, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna take a seat in here for a second.
Mark that. Holy f***, that hurts.
In March 2024, Austin Bailey was sentenced to 16 years in confinement with charges of attempted homicide, and he's currently serving his sentence.
But
she's crashed into the ditch.
I know. I went on a turn, and then my car went like crazy, bro.
You know, like.
Yeah, I know. It went in like totally in the ditch. Like it's literally stuck. Like my bumper's gonna come off, if anything.
All right. Well.
I promise you I'm not drunk.
On August 31st, 2024, the Groveland Police Department caught a woman on the highway who had just crashed her car while being incredibly drunk.
Lewis, I know it's you. Lewis, I took my friends home. I came back, and I went to go make a turn, but I made a phone call at the same time with the emergency system.
You got stuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Can you help me, please?
After the crash, when the police officer started approaching the woman, she immediately started explaining herself and saying she wasn't drunk, even though she clearly appeared to be.
You're going to be like this, okay?
I just want to make sure.
And then keep your head still and look at the following stimulus. You're going to look at the tip of this pen, all right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Further.
Keep on looking.
Yeah, it's fine.
Weirdly, while talking to the officer, the woman started to call him Lewis, trying to make it look like she knew him. To make it look like an accident, she started blaming it on her vehicle, saying that while turning her car, it got stuck, and that's what caused the crash. After some time, another officer came onto the scene, and after seeing the woman's flushed eyes, the officer started taking a test to check her level of consciousness. During the test, she kept on saying that she was okay to drive again, but all the signs showed that she had taken some drinks before driving, and that was probably what caused the accident. When the preliminary test further confirmed the suspicion, the officers checked her for more signs, after which she was taken in custody for DUI and brought to the station.
I'm just the only thing I'm gonna do is hold this for you. You're gonna blow in here until I tell you to stop, okay? Like as hard as you can. You got it. Perfect. Okay, now it's gonna do this little thing again. You can sit back down.
Okay, that's fine.
And then we'll do this one more time. Just to double verify. Okay, of course.
At the station, the breathalyzer showed a high level of alcohol content in her body, which confirmed all the findings, and she was finally charged with drunk driving formally by the officers at the station. On March 1st, 2021, at approximately 1:48 p.m., a 911 call was made by 19-year-old Brian Cohey's parents to local police, informing them about something extremely horrible that they had just discovered in their son's bedroom.
This is John. What's the address emergency?
Hi, there is an emergency. I found something in my son's closet wrapped in a plastic bag.
Okay, what was it?
I think it's a human food.
It's a what?
I think it's a human.
I think it's that.
Because it looks like it's all an ear.
Is it bloody or does it like anything like that?
I just need to come. Do I have to take a picture and send it to you?
What's the address?
Immediately after this call, some police officers were dispatched to the address where they encountered Brian standing outside his house. When the police officer asked him about the call, he immediately confessed to the crime, saying, "I've always wondered what murder felt like." After this, he went on to tell about the body parts that were present in his room, in addition to the victim's name, the weapon he used to kill him, and the location of the murder.
It's right here. Yeah, because there's an arm. There's an arm, there's another arm, there's another one.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be? a human head and hands.
But before going into the details of the case, we need to go back a bit. 2 days before the incident, the police received an unusual call about a car floating in the Colorado River. When the police arrived at the scene, they found out the car belonged to none other than our perpetrator, Brian, who had stuffed the remaining parts of the body in the trunk of his car and then tried to dump the car into the Colorado River in an attempt to erase any signs of the murder.
How do we call a tow for that?
I don't know, because he'd have to get in the friggin' water.
Yeah.
I called Black's Towing. They want me to text them a photo of the car because they think they might be able to pull it out.
Okay. So you're already in contact with them?
Yeah, but I only have like 10% battery left on my phone, and now he wants me to text him a photo of the car, and I'm like, oh, good Lord.
I can take one and text it to him for you if you'd like.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Now at this time, the police didn't have any idea about the occurrence of the crime, and after getting the car out, they just gave the car back to Brian and his parents, believing that it was just a case of a teenager having a troubling night. On questioning, Brian told police that he accidentally parked the car on the boat ramp, and from there, it just slipped into the water. The police officer at this point believed Brian's story.
Well, I felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit?
Relax and think. Okay. And I parked on the boat ramp, and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to...
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then...
When you got back in, go ahead.
When I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No, I was facing up.
You back down?
Yeah.
On March 1st, local police received another call, this time a missing person report for a homeless person with the name Warren Barnes. The call was made by a woman who had become friends with Warren over the last couple of months and would meet him almost daily at her store, Monique's Bridal. When on Sunday he didn't show up, she got a bit suspicious, and her suspicion increased when she found out about Warren's wallet.
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
When was the last time you saw him?
Saturday, 5 o'clock. I said, I'll see you tomorrow, Warren, and he was like, okay, meaning he planned on coming down on Sunday, and then he did not show up. So I'm thinking if they saw him Saturday, maybe it happened more up there, because it's weird. He would never come down here. He would never come all the way down here.
He doesn't have a camp down here or anything?
No. He worked for People Ready, and someone found the wallet and called People Ready this morning, and they said that everything looked like it was in there because he doesn't have much. And I just gave him $20 for beer, so I know that he had maybe a couple bucks.
So they found his wallet just down here at the boat ramp?
Warren's wallet was discovered by Brian's father, who found it in his son's recovered car. This raised the parents' suspicions, after which Brian's mother, Terry, went into her son's room to investigate, but as soon as she opened Brian's closet, the scene before her eyes terrified her to her core, making her immediately call the police. After this call, police arrived at the scene, where Brian himself admitted to the crime and was immediately arrested.
He's gonna cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers for me real quick, all right?
After coming down to the station, Brian was taken into the interview room where, during the interrogation, he told how on the 27th of February, he committed the crime, the way he did it, the way his victim was crying for help, and how he was growling and making animalistic voices while committing the murder.
The breakdowns. Yeah, there's a road underneath, right? Under the overpass, and I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas. Okay. And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin, the vinyl gloves, by printing your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck. Okay. He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why?" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. Is it okay if I do a demonstration? Oh, yeah. This is him. I was strapped on top of him like this. Okay. And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. I thought, oh, this guy, he's going to be tough. But no, it was actually surprisingly easy. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises. And in half. Okay. And when I was finished stabbing him, he took out his last breath, a grunt, and his head was halfway cut off in stabs. All the while, no, actually, after I killed him, I just couldn't stop saying, stinky, dirty, dirty, stinky, stinky. I wasn't smelling anything, but...
Cohee's trial started on January 17, 2023, where he was charged with first-degree murder, tampering with a deceased human body, and tampering with evidence. He pleaded not guilty because of insanity. On February 3, 2023, a jury found Cohee guilty on all 3 charges, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. On September 15, 2022, an 18-year-old gunman was arrested less than 2 hours after he opened fire on a woman's car during a road rage incident.
Stay there. We got him and the 0. Stay over there for me. Step over there. Put him up against the front of the car.
The incident began when a woman driving along State Route 415 around 6 a.m. encountered this boy driving with no headlights on. He tried to pass the woman's car, but instead collided with her rear bumper. After that, he drove alongside the victim's SUV for several minutes before opening fire out of the driver's window. In total, the woman's car was shot 7 times. The detectives used the license plate reader technology and found the boy's address, and within 20 to 30 minutes after the shooting, they were there to arrest him.
Watch yourself, watch yourself. Hey man, step out of the car for us, bud. Stop. 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 Step out of the car for us. Stop, both of you, stop. Step out of the car for me, man. Alright? No guns on you, nothing like that, man?
Around 8:25 a.m., authorities spotted the subject, 18-year-old Brian Holmes, getting in his car to back out of the driveway. He was quickly stopped by deputies. When asked if he had a gun on him, Holmes said no. But when his hands quickly moved towards his waistline, a deputy grabbed Holmes's arms, moved him away from the vehicle, and saw a handgun fall to the driveway.
Okay, step out of the car. Step out of the car. Okay, you don't have a gun or anything on you, right, man? All right, step away from the car. Step away from the car. Step away. Stop! Stop! Stay there.
In an interview with detectives, Holmes said the woman had cut him off in traffic and he'd hit its rear bumper. He told authorities he fired several rounds into the vehicle in an attempt to hit the tires and disable the vehicle. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, shooting into an occupied vehicle, and possession of a concealed weapon used in the commission of a felony by a person under 24. He was transported to the Volusia County Branch Jail with a bond of $40,000. So which of these cases do you find more fascinating and bizarre? Tell us in the comments below and subscribe for more.